So looking ahead to the future, say 3 to 5, even 7 years from now, where does all this go? I mean, if SDN is in its infancy in the enterprise now, will it be an established technology, and how does the cloud play into all this? Jeff, what's your take on the future of SDN?
Well, I think it's definitely going to grow. It certainly has got the momentum behind it. It's got people interested in it. 3 to 5 years down the road, I think you're going to see it's pretty well established in certainly a lot of larger companies. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be pretty well established, and people are going to be using it.
Yeah. Art, you agree with that, or will this not really take off like people think it might?
Well, I think it will take off, but I think the longer-term prospects, at least for the enterprise, are a little bit iffy, because if you consider that more and more of the workload is being ported over to the cloud, then the enterprise infrastructure is going to shrink.
Right.
And if the predictions are right, it's going to shrink and become more modular. So now you're going to have these, integrated compute server networking boxes, lined up in a fraction of the space that you have the data center, and they're all going to be connected, via the interconnect, an InfiniBand or PCI-based fabric. So how or whether, what we call SDN is going to apply to that, and how it's going to manage just that infrastructure or that enterprise infrastructure is kind of a fuzzy area. I really can't see too far into that future.
The cloud, the movement to the cloud could really play a role in that.
Yeah. So then the big cloud providers, sure, they're going to want SDN, but on the enterprise side, with this streamlined, limited infrastructure, they might not need it quite so bad.
Mm-hmm. Jude, agree, disagree? Where are we going with SDN?
I think Art brought up a very, very good point. So as we kind of look at the migration of a lot of workloads to the cloud and to the public cloud in general, maybe a lot of enterprises will decide that it isn't worth it to start thinking about SDN. Maybe it's more worth it to move those workloads to a cloud provider who has SDN.
Right.
So in some form, it will be there. I don't see it going away. I will be very curious to see how it shakes out as far as actually trickling down into the enterprise, and what kind of organizations decide they really need the technology versus those that will outsource for the benefit.
Right. There certainly will be a certain amount of outsourcing going on. Sean, your take, the future of SDN, looking 3 to 5 years down the road?
3 to 5 years. Well, I agree with
or longer.
Yeah, or longer. I'm just happy the next 3 to 5 weeks. There seems to be
And by the way, no one makes predictions in technology for 5 years out. No one even ever wants to. But I throw the question out there anyway.
No one makes accurate predictions. You can make predictions all you want.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Yeah.
We're all going to be eating toilet green 5 years from now. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's difficult. In the enterprise, I think it's a non-starter, unfortunately, for half a dozen reasons. For better or for worse, whenever I walk in...
What are a couple of those reasons, in your view?
Just the basic reason that enterprises are slow and very slow movers. I still walk in, and all of us probably do. You walk into some organization or whatever, and then you look at the switch, and you realize these guys are using fast Ethernet. They're not using gig Ethernet even. People still have old machines. Like, I still write about people who run Windows XP, which is, hackers' paradise. So
wow.
People have old stuff. So enterprises transition very, very slowly. And the truth is, and this is the great thing about this study that we published, for an enterprise of less than 5,000 persons, a VLAN will probably do just about everything they need. A VLAN has a logical limit of 4,884 tags. That means if you sliced up your network into 4,084 specific segments, you're still good. It's scalability beyond that. So for a mid-size organization, I'm going to call 5,000 mid-size, your VLAN is going to cut it, and then you could abstract VLANs out from there. So it's not really necessary to do the types of things enterprises need. Now, when we talk about private cloud, yeah, absolutely, that's just a feature. SDN is a feature. When it comes to container networking and any kind of DevOps deployment, SDN is a must-have. So as organizations move to these next generation models, whether it's private cloud or containers or even just virtualization, just every, this is why NSX is so successful, every vSphere deployment probably sold this year is going to have an NSX component to it. So as these companies go to renew their licenses, the friendly VMware salespeople are absolutely asking them about NSX. So just by growth, it'll go that way. But native SDN in the enterprise, no. So 3 to 5 years from now, I think we'll see it everywhere in vSphere. I think we'll see it everywhere in the cloud, everywhere in containers. Beyond that, I don't think we're going to be talking about it because I think it's just going to be a feature, just like voice over IP is a feature in every enterprise network today.
It'll be part of a larger virtualization of the infrastructure.
Just a feature.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, I thank the four of you for your expertise. There's a lot of good stuff. I will send you the link. We can all tweet about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.